Along the way, we have been challenged to fresh understandings and new perspectives. Who are really rich and poor? What is wealth and poverty? Can we look beyond scarcity to see sufficiency, even abundance? Claiming the power of respect, trust, and appreciation.
Whatever work we want to do anywhere in the world, whatever I want to do with my life, it can't be just about, giving people stuff so that they can eat, or giving them shelter or clothing. That's all important at moments of crisis. But we have to do something that changes the game, changes the structure, changes the causes behind the poverty itself. Mm-hmm.
Karitas in Mexico is the joyful laughter of children growing healthier every day, is seeing smiles on the wizened faces of elders, inspiring us with their resilience, their sturdiness, and their wisdom, is nurturing hope, focusing vision, empowering action, transforming futures. Karitas in Mexico is solidarity, connecting and collaborating, releasing the power of partnership. Karitas in Mexico is 5 major projects. Each has its own unlikely, serendipitous, perchance mystical birthing story. Cooperation, commitment, and compassion are yielding abundant fruitfulness.
Dar una cosa es maravillosa.
Giving something is wonderful. You know that. Thanks to God who touched my heart so I can give this help. If the person appreciates it, good. And if not, God is happy because I gave what I could. Something, even if it's just a little bit that one gives, it's a matter of giving from the heart.
Que sea que uno lo dé, pero es cosa de darlo de corazón.
Myra Solano administrates the ALEM project.
There is something really important when we talk about people, which is the desire to feel needed. I believe it is a dilemma. When we don't feel that we are needed, that we are useful, there is dissatisfaction, disappointment, sadness. At ALEM, we realize that it is the small actions that makes us useful, that connect us to each other.
At Karitas ALEM workshop, young adults in wheelchairs mount the determination and courage to break the grip of dependency, while breaking cultural stereotypes and launching a profitable business in the process. ALEM designs and fabricates custom and sports wheelchairs. It also provides urgently needed wheelchair repair service. ALEM received worldwide recognition from Rotary International for its unfolding plan to develop satellite locations for wheelchair repair in 3 other cities. Karitas nurtured a student, family, and community coalition in a struggling rural community and a challenging city location. Their daunting task? Encouraging 12-year-olds, typically dropouts, to continue in school, with emphasis on academic support and a pathway toward university education, on mastery of marketable trade skills, while deepening self-esteem, responsibility-taking, and leadership. This is Maria Morfin, a leader in the Education Initiative.
Ellos deciden.
The kids decide based on their interests. Some go to karate, to guitar, others to printing, painting, sewing, or computer skills. All these they have chosen to learn. They also create their own goals, what they want to achieve.
Estaba en una línea de ser pobrecita.
I used to stand in line for handouts for the poor. But now that way of thinking, I'm poor and I want charity, is gone. On the contrary, I'm poor, but I'm fighting to make my life better. I'm trying to do things differently. Even when we need to be here with the children, we work together on what is necessary to be more creative and move on from the victim mentality.
Es como una escuela porque nos enseñan cosas como arte, costura y comemos aquí. Mi casa es ir a la escuela. El más grande cuida al más chiquito y dibujamos. En Navidad vamos a pedir unos ponis. ¿Tú qué vas a pedir? Carriola. Una cayola y ¿con qué? Con una bebé con una teta. Con una teta, dice. ¿Cómo se llaman? Con las mamilas. Las mamilas. La leche de juguete.
Juan Manuel leads the Tescal team.
Estamos aquí porque es un lugar hermoso.
We're here because it's a beautiful place, to give thanks to life that we are able to share time together. That's the point, to give thanks for life, for being able to share and to maintain life, to continue life. That's why we are here. And because life is free, we're going to share things for free.
Karitas helped forge an unlikely four-way partnership. A transnational corporation, a technical university, and their peasant neighbors in the struggling community of Tescal, where they all reside. With that corporation's technical support, a recycling project became a profitable business. Guided by university faculty and interns, various high-yield gardening techniques flourished. An emerging entrepreneurial spirit inspired reopening a mini swim park, developing a nature preserve, and providing eco tours, exploring high-end mushroom production, just to name a few.
Para mí son experiencias muy
For me, these are very good experiences because I learn, I share, and I enjoy. These activities are very important for me.
Gabriela Badella has been working with marginal communities for 60 years.
No se puede dar si no hay compasión por el otro.
You can't give if you don't have compassion for the other. For the other, who may be an individual, is also part of a community that has problems, that needs to better their situation. And that, perhaps, from an action we take, an action of giving, we realize that can be to give our abilities, give our time, give our economic resources, and we can truly make a difference.
Hacer la diferencia.
La Estacion is a vast squatter settlement of poor but resilient, creative, and deeply joyful people, where struggle is birthing hope.
We have worked hard for what we have achieved already, but we have many more projects to come in the future. This motivates us.
Que nos motiva.
Presente.
Karitas revitalized a near-defunct preschool, expanding enrollment from 50 to 150, and constructing an additional classroom building. Each day, teams of mothers prepare a hearty breakfast of eggs, meat, and beans for 170 children. No more malnutrition. Designed by the community, Karitas funded a 2-story community center, alive with multiple activities 7 days a week. Meet Eric Friend, who coordinates all 5 Karitas projects.
The power of connection, the power of community, the power of working together, all the other factors that could be missing, I think can truly be overcome through the power of relationship.
SAPECO is Karitas' microeconomic development project, empowering those earning the minimum wage of just $4.25 a day to become skilled workers, even owners of small businesses, which grew from 20 to 24 in the last year. I am Howard Friend, President of Karitas. As I say that, I'm mindful of the people across my lifetime who are my mentors, who are my teachers, who loved me enough in the midst of my annoyingness and all the traits I have that could cause you to say, forget it. But people who insisted on seeing the goodness within me, the love within me, the best within me, and coaxing it, inviting it, coaching it, pulling it out of me. And I am so much more than I ever would have been if I had not been graced by their presence in my life. And if I have any opportunity to be that kind of encourager in someone else's life, what a great way to say thank you.
But if there is one objective or one goal in our work in communities, it's this concept that in Spanish we call autogestión.
Autogestión es la capacidad.
Autogestión is the capacity of every human being or of every group to thrive by their own doing, to be able to find a way to better their lives, to resolve their problems themselves.
De resolver sus problemas.
Ya no necesitamos que...
Now we don't need the person that motivated us at the beginning to be with us 100% of the time anymore. Now we know how to do the things by ourselves.
O sea, vamos tendiendo redes.
In other words, La Jugarreta and Karitas together are creating networks and making good use of the resources of the community. The same community, when it contributes, grows, and then taps resources that come from other places that make it even greater. And that creates a society where we are truly partners. Those who provide the money, those who contribute the work and the experience, and the community that gives its own time and resources. And isn't that genuinely a successful project?
No.
Doing the different mapping techniques or tools in a community is essential. It's really it's a step you can never leave out. Because what happens when you leave out the taking the time to get to know the community, building trust with the community? I mean, that's hugely important. Finding out what's already going on in the community. If you don't do that, inevitably what you'll do is you'll come in and you'll really be imposing a project on the community. And most likely you'll be sort of, blasting through some other project that the community already has, or steamrolling something, or destroying something. You take the time and you find out that it's not a community that's poor, rather it's a community that has incredible things going on, incredible potential, and needs a couple things. If you keep the energy positive, perspective is so, there's often a tendency to first think of the negatives. But if you can keep an energy positive and a perspective of, or wanting to observe the possibilities and the capabilities that exist, you come up with a map that has 25 things on it. That's from well, we have our hands, the possibility of what we can do. We have we have some materials. There's some stone back there, and there's this there, and that, and the other. We have our enthusiasm. You have to count all those things. At the end of the process of seeing all the things we already have, you say, well, but we do. We need somebody who really knows about water technology and something like that. That's a very technical skill, and we don't have that. So that's where the foundation can come in and say, well, I think we can find somebody to help you out with that. We know some people in another, in another community somewhere else that already worked through that, and they have some ideas. And obviously another part's going to be, well, we do need, we need some money to buy, some tubes and some piping and some, the stuff we need. So, so we need some financial resources.
I choose to believe that there is an intrinsic belovedness in me. There's an intrinsic compassion and loving kindness and deep goodness in me. But it's my calling to allow it to come to life and to flourish. I can't do that alone. I'll take my responsibility, but it happens often most profoundly in relationship, where I have something you don't have, and you have something I don't have. And in that rich kind of sacred reciprocity, we each deepen and grow. At the heart of this work is there's not a face into which I would look that I don't believe there is, no matter how that person's lived their life, there's a sacred center that is seeking to emerge out of whatever has discouraged it, repressed it. However, I've covered it over and chosen another pathway. But intrinsic to each person is deep worth and a calling and a giftedness and a capacity to serve, to care, to make love concrete and specific and manifest in the world.
We want people that want to come on this journey together with us, to learn together with us, to be mutually enriched by the process. You know, that they can share some of their resources, share some of their knowledge, contacts, you know, whatever they can share. I can guarantee you that they will get back, you know, that and more, in terms of, you know, a sort of well-being, a sense of being part of something. That's very powerful when we feel like we're part of something that's much bigger than ourselves, something that goes beyond just our limited experience of life and reaches out to creating this kind of community that, you know, how else could you have, you know?
We warmly invite you to become financial partners with Karitas work.